I'm the owner of GNC, and you've been our client for a long time. And we've been doing kind of interviews with our clients and the people in the community, just to get their feedback and to learn a little bit more about them and what they do and what's their how they, you know, for their health and their wellness, what they do for their health and wellness, and also with the COVID and what's going on with COVID, and every home and the country is dealing with this. We're trying to get their feedback, what you do um, to keep everyone safe around them, especially with your position as Southeastern University, as the president of Southeastern University. So, my first question, I just want to know a little bit about you. How
Sure.
long have you been the president of Southeastern University? And we'll go from there.
Yeah. Well, I've had the privilege to serve as president here at Southeastern University for it'll be 10 years next month. I
Wow,
was elected
congratulations.
December 15th, 2010.
Mhm.
So yeah, a decade now, and
That's
it's
awesome.
gone by fast. That's for
That's
sure.
that's awesome. I have read a little bit about your background. You were like a sports commentator also, and then you completely changed career, and here we go to the president of Southeastern University. So, why did you make that decision?
Yeah, well, I started in broadcasting actually when I was 18 years of age, and how it happened was when I graduated high school, I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do yet,
Mhm.
and therefore also didn't know where I wanted to go to school or college at yet. So I thought the smartest thing would be to go to the local community college and start working on general ed classes, and then maybe take a couple of classes that I was, kind of passionate about it, and communications was one of them. And I happened to take a broadcast journalism course,
Mhm.
and the professor of that class happened to be the news director at KERO TV NBC there in Bakersfield.
Oh,
And so I got to know him, and he got me on as an intern
that's
at
awesome.
the local NBC station. And I started working with the sports anchor. And I was there for probably about 3 months. And sports anchor left, got a job up north in Northern California. And I went into the news director who knew me and said, "Hey, I'd like to have an opportunity to try out for it and apply for it." And he let me. And then they hired me. So at 18, I started doing the weekend sports, the 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock sports, and then I for the next 10 years actually
Wow.
did television sports. Finished in Los Angeles, working in NBC there, but through circumstances in my life, some there's always catalysts, and I write about it in my books about always looking to catalysts to help you kind of know where you need to go or where you need to be as a person,
Mhm.
and had a circumstance in my life that really caused me to think about uh, what is another way that I could use gifts and talents, and really had a feeling of a call to go into ministry. So started pastoring a church in Northwest Los Angeles. Was there for 10 years as a lead pastor. We actually put together a team and built a brand new community church, and it was just a great experience. And then from there went to Chicago, pastored a church in the suburbs of Chicago,
Mhm.
Elgin, Illinois,
Yeah.
and had been there about 4 or 5 years. And I received a call from Northwest University looking for a dean of their College of Ministry at the university. And so felt that was a great opportunity to really invest in the next generation of ministry leaders.
That's awesome.
And so I went to Seattle, my wife and I and family, and became the dean there and served for 6 years. And then got a call from Southeastern University to come and to serve as president. So that's kind of been the career path. But I will tell you, throughout the entire journey,
Yeah.
things that I'm passionate about, gifts, those abilities, working with people, coming alongside people, has been the same in all of those jobs. And so I've enjoyed being able to do that. And
I,
of
I
course, now I get to do that with students, to invest in these incredible students, and help them to kind of discover and develop,
Mhm.
their design, and
Yeah.
then, encourage ways to grow knowledge, wisdom, experience, so they can go out and whatever they're calling, whether it's business or or whether it's in healthcare or teaching or ministry, they can do that. So it's just a great privilege to serve in that way.
I think they are very, very lucky to have your expertise at Southeastern University. And as you said, you didn't know what to do at the beginning when you were, was 18, and you went and find your passion, and then you went through all this. So it's just a great story for the young generation to never give up on their goals, and to follow their passion and do whatever they like. I have three kids in my own myself, and the first one didn't went to college, and then he changed career. The second one, she wasn't sure until she was in third year what she wanted to do, and then I have one just started college. So it's just like when they have someone like you just as a leader and going through this expertise, it's just wonderful for Southeastern and the student of Southeastern. My next question: how big is Southeastern? How many students do you have at your college?
Well, currently we're pushing 10,000 students. We actually last year, I think our enrollment was 9,894 students. This year, we're down a little bit, and of course, due to the pandemic, and I think we're close to 9,600 students. And we've had dramatic growth. When I first came, the student enrollment was just a little over 2,400. So we've had significant growth
That's
over the last
very, very, very good. Great
10
school,
years.
great reputation. I have some of your students sometimes get part-time jobs with me. They show all the confidence and the leadership and great work ethic. So we really appreciate and to be able to offer them like part-time jobs to help them and through college and stuff. So what did the school do to try to keep the students safe and through that COVID at this time? I know even for me at the job, at work, we had to do some adjustment. And so what's the Southeastern did to try to keep everyone
Yeah.
safe?
Well, we immediately established a COVID response team
Mhm.
to begin to handle all the issues, decision making, recommendations. We put together on that task force representatives from every constituency within the university to help us make the right decisions. And then we created a playbook, if you will. This is how we will do life in the midst of this pandemic. And we followed all the CDC guidelines. When students began to come back, we had gateway testing. We took 5 days to make sure that we could do it right and do it well. And students had an appointed time when they came, and before they could come on campus, we did gateway testing and followed a hybrid approach that allowed us maximum flexibility to keep our community safe. Um, and so we were able, thank goodness, to have face-to-face education. As long as we had these pretty strict guidelines in place, we could do that. I know, there are other universities across the nation did not have that privilege to come back and have face-to-face. They were totally online. But we created a hybrid format that those who wanted to come back could do that and have in-person classes, as well as those who didn't feel like they wanted to come back face to face. We provided the flexibility to have the online. And then, of course, we have 175 campuses nationwide. And so we already had somewhat of a system in place that would help us, with remote, we call it remote learning, where there is a combination of face to face and then online. So it was easy when we had to transition way back in March. And when we first had to close, the campus, so to speak, we were ready to do that. We felt very, very prepared. And we have made the decision that classes will end face to face at Thanksgiving time.
Yes,
And
that was
yeah,
going to be my next question to you. How are you going to deal with Thanksgiving? Are they going back to their homes, and when they come back, how are you going to be able to handle that?
yeah, the way the semester was, we would end, at the beginning of December, But as we looked early in the semester, felt like, you know what, there's only 2 weeks after Thanksgiving left. There's a full week of classes, then there's a week of finals, and then we would have graduation.
Sure.
We felt, the smartest thing to do is to say, if you're going to go home for Thanksgiving, you know what, you probably want to just stay there. Why come back,
For a week.
travel all this way for just 2 weeks?
Mhm.
So we moved our graduation. We're actually having our fall graduation this coming Sunday. We'll be
Okay.
doing it at our football stadium, and then the final 2 weeks of classes will be through remote learning. So they have a little extended time now at home. And then when they come back on in January for the spring semester, we'll once again do gateway testing before they get back on campus. And so we felt really good about that decision. And I think, especially now that we see a little bit of a rise in some of the cases now, this is proving to be a good decision.
That's awesome. That's awesome. My next question to you, we're gonna move now to GNC and your health and wellness routine, and what kind of supplement do you use, and what would you advise people to be healthy? I know you take care of yourself very well, and we can tell from the type of supplement you always come and acquire from us. So if you can talk a little bit about that, and your passion about fitness and being in a very good health.
Sure. Yeah, there's two things that have always been important to me: self awareness and self management. Self awareness is always making sure you understand, what's going on in your life, your gifts, your talents, your abilities, who are the people that are being placed in your life that can be a source of support and encouragement. And then the second thing that's always important is self management. How do you holistically take care of your life, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of those elements, and physically is very important to me. And the reason why is about 25 years ago now, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And the doctor told me that it's at a stage in your life where you can actually control it
Mhm.
by diet and by exercise. And if you will, from this day forward, do that, you will keep it in check. And so, and from that day forward, I definitely began a system of daily working out. I do that usually. I'm up at about 5 in the morning and get in a workout routine, and then diet. Taking the right supplements. Looking at calorie intake, those kinds of things. So that's been very important to me, and that's why I'm at GNC quite often, because I want
I
to make sure
know.
I'm taking the right supplements. I mean, things that, definitely a multivitamin is important, and that's important. I've also taken things like CLA.
Yes.
I feel like that's been very helpful for me in my situation. And I mean, there's a long list we could go through of things, but
I
the
understand.
yeah, the point is, you want to find out what's the best thing. And what I love about GNC is you can go there and you can tell them what are your issues, what are the things that you need to change in your diet, or you need to, and what would be helpful. And they will tell you that. And that's what's so great, because you can get recommendations as to what's best for you. And I think that's important. Everybody needs to tailor their supplements to where they are in their nutrition awareness. And when you do that, it's going to be better. It's going to be better for you, and you'll see results, I think, pretty dramatically when you do that. So that's what I love about GNC, and able to do that.
Thank you so much. So, what is your top three supplements? I know you mentioned the CLA. What the second, third? I know you
Yeah,
have a lot, but
the multivitamin is very important to me, and I take the sport
mhm,
vitamin because of my extensive daily workout routine,
uh-huh.
and so I think that's important. CLA also, I take carnitine.
Yes.
That's been an important supplement. Vitamin C is definitely an important
I think
supplement.
right now all the immune support, zinc, vitamin C, and all this, we encourage all our clients
Right.
right now just to help boost your immune system. It's
Yeah.
not that I don't want to say like the pricey, but it really can pay in the long run like a really huge deal for anyone who's taken it at this time. So
Yeah. So, yeah. So those that would be, the top
Three
supplements that
supplements.
I
Mhm.
focus
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And of course,
You,
protein.
of
I
course.
do take protein all the time as well. So that's important.
Yes. So you said your daily routine, you get about 5. So you work out every single day?
Yes. Well, except for Sundays.
Okay.
Sunday's my day off, and I rest that day. But I always do a combination of weightlifting and then some form of cardio.
Uh-huh.
I have a Peloton bike,
Oh, okay.
and I love that. In fact, I used to teach cycling
Oh, wow.
classes
Okay.
when I lived in Seattle before I came to Southeastern.
Mhm.
I taught in 3 or 4 gyms there in
Oh, wow.
Seattle. The indoor cycling classes, spinning classes, they call them somewhere, some places. But really enjoyed that. So I love cycling and use that as a cardio quite often. And then walk a lot. My wife and I, we walk a lot, and
That's awesome.
so
That's awesome.
anything to help the heart
I
rate.
just heard you saying about 5 a.m. routine, and I think I'm a huge fan of 5 a.m. routine. I get up early myself and 5 o'clock, and I think once you get that 5 a.m. and you get yourself into that routine, it changes life. I think
Right,
it's just it's changed the quality of your lifestyle. It just makes a huge difference throughout the day. People think, oh, I'm getting up too early, I'll be very tired during the day. Actually, no. Once you do
right,
that, and once you put your hour of exercise or walking, the amount of natural energy it gets through your body is just incredible. The day I really actually skip, I am more tired than
right.
the
Exactly.
days than the days I don't do my normal routine. So it's just really, as you said, it's what you want for your body and for your life, and it's a change of lifestyle, and it's also commitment to be really willing to take care of yourself and
Right,
of the health. So it's just a great advice for from from anyone, from a younger age to older. Um, as long as you're healthy, this is the most important thing. So um, I also looked through. I followed your email. I signed up for your email newsletter, and I
yes.
I know you have a lot of great books out there. So tell me a little bit about your books.
Yeah, I've written 4 books. First one is this adventure called Life, and it really talks about how to discover your design, what makes you who you are, and how you can discover your abilities, your gifts, your passions, things that I think are wired in. We use the phrase around here at Southeastern, the phrase divine design. We believe everybody's created in a unique way,
Mhm.
and you want to be able to discover that. And so that book focuses on that. Then I have a book, 9 disciplines of leadership, and focuses on all the disciplines, the self-management issues that are important to me, from the physical to the spiritual to the relational to the to generosity. I mean, all the disciplines that make your life successful, make your life, I think, influential,
Better, yeah.
or you're having a difference. Then the third book I wrote is called Framework Leadership, which talks about how do you develop a system that guides you in the decisions you make, from every day to long-term decisions, short-term decisions, a framing process. And I talk about the 4 things that I kind of walk through to frame every decision I make in life. And there's 4 things: listening, auditing the context, clarifying, and then aligning. And when you do those 4 things, you're pretty sure you're going to be able to handle anything that comes your way and make the
That's
right
great.
decision in that. So that book, and then the final book, my last book that I wrote was The Modern Guide to College,
Mhm.
which really gives you a step-by-step process on how to navigate the college decision. What to study, where to study, financial aid, all the different issues that are so important in
Very important.
you need. So those are the books that I've written, and yeah, I've
That's
enjoyed that
great. That's
opportunity.
congratulations,
Thank
congratulations.
you.
And I see from the frame workbook the leadership that you talked about, the leadership, and I actually bought the book and I start reading through it, and I think it's just an amazing uh, book for the leadership to learn, especially for a small business owner. I need to read
Sure.
more of this, and I need to see more of this advices. It's just no matter what you learn every day, there's almost more to learn. So thank you for the book. It's just a great, and thank you for your leadership. So
Thank
I
you.
really, really, really appreciate that you give me the time today. I mean, I'm really beyond thrilled. I think we thank you for your business also. For you, thank you for
Oh, yeah,
supporting us.
absolutely.
No, really, we do. And I think Southeastern University is very lucky and fortunate to have your leadership
Oh, well,
for
thank
the
you.
past 10 years, to see the growth. And and I talk to a lot of you students when they come in. They love the school. They Most of them are in the sports. I mean, with the football
Right.
team, I have Connor. He's um, he's the quarterback. Yeah, he works for me part
Yes.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the way they talk with love and passion about the school, it's just amazing. His wife actually graduating this Sunday, so
Oh, wow. That's
yes,
great.
yes. So I just have a great relation with most of your students. They come to our location, and we just love them. They show passion. They show love for the school, and it just comes from a good leadership. It shows that there is a good leadership. Your campus is beautiful. It's
Oh, thank you.
amazing. I came to the campus so many times, and it shows in every single area you walk in. There is leadership, there's hard work put into the school. So
Oh,
I'm going to invite anybody who haven't been to Lakeland to come
yes.
visit Southeastern University.
Oh, we'd
And
love to host them.
yes. And again, if you have any question for me, I can answer, but I really appreciate. I didn't want to take more of your time, but
Oh, no.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
this has
thank
been great. And I've thoroughly been looking forward to this opportunity to have a conversation. And again, so grateful for what you do
thank you, thank
and
you,
for GNC and how it makes a difference in my life as well as so many others. So
thank
thank
you so
you.
much. Thank you. Stay safe. I hope your student and all the community be safe, and we hopefully 2021 will be a better year for
A
everyone.
better year.
Yes, we're looking forward to it. Enjoy your holiday. Um, okay, yes. The last piece of leadership you give me as a business owner, as maybe to my kids, to anybody, what's the best piece of advice would you
The
give us?
it's two words, others oriented. If you're always others oriented, you're going to have a great opportunity to make a difference in someone's life through a business, through a relationship, through a conversation. If you always are others oriented.
That's great. Great advice. Thank you again. Enjoy the holidays. Happy New Year if I didn't see you until then, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I will see you at GNC.
I'm
And
sure I will see you.
yes, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you
And you
so
do the
much.
same.
All right.
Take
Thank you.
care.